Is Jesus really the reason for the season? Is he really the reason for the season? Or did maybe his disciples just decided to make up something about who he was because they were so grief stricken because he had died a horrible death and they missed him so much? And so they just kind of started thinking that he was God. And then retroactively, they made up these stories about him being God from birth and all these different types of things. And maybe they just kind of created these things. And so maybe Jesus is not really the reason for the season because Jesus is not really God at all. Jesus was just an ordinary guy that later his disciples claimed was God. And then we got all these stories, which became Christmas stories. That, in a sense, is how historian and religious studies professor Bart Ehrman claims that the story goes. He wrote a book recently called How Jesus Became God, where he explores all the different ways in which he claims that Jesus slowly became the godlike figure that we now mostly think of as the reason for the season. Essentially, he claimed that his followers just kind of made up stuff. They're basically making up stuff. I don't know how to say it any differently. That they added things and they augmented details about Jesus's life. Basically, Bart Ehrman says that they were cheating. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I cheat at cards. Uh, really, I kind of give myself some extra points. I deal from the bottom, flash some signals at a partner or something like that. But if you're a good cheater, then you don't get caught. But Bart Ehrman says that he has actually caught the cheaters, that the early Christians were the cheaters making stuff up about Jesus. But thankfully, because of their scientific methods, they have figured out that they are indeed cheating. But the question is it that the early Christians were cheating by making things up about Jesus? Or possibly, is it that people like Bart Ehrman are cheating with the evidence that they claim convicts all the early Christians of cheating? And I'll be going through his book in this video series to talk about all the different ways in which Bart Ehrman does fudge the evidence to kind of support his claims. So why does it matter so much to me? Well, it matters so much to me because I know people who read Bart Ehrman who don't really know where Bart Ehrman is coming from. And he has such an authoritative kind of tone and he speaks with such certainty and he just demolishes all these different kind of arguments and supports for Christianity that these people are just like, oh, I'm going to question everything now. I don't even know what I can believe about Jesus or what I can believe about the Bible or what I can believe about Christianity. And maybe they'd end up losing their faith because of it. And so I'm doing this video series because I think they need to know, you need to know that Bart Ehrman, in one sense, is cheating. And more generally, I think that conversations about faith and science and history and science and all these different things are really good, and doctrine and science, that they're really good. It's really important. And that we need to have a good defense of the faith. And we need to be aware of bad criticisms and bad assumptions about the Bible. So who am I? This is just the very end to wrap it up. My name is Jeff Holsclaw, as you probably know on this channel. I'm a local church pastor. I'm also a theology professor at Northern Seminary. I lecture and teach about these things. I've written many books. And so, doing little investigations like this about Bart Ehrman's book about how did Jesus become God are things that grassroots Christianity is commonly doing. So please like and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you join and follow along as we go.